LLC. Maybe that would have helped if I had it on Black Series Edition LLC. Let me see. There we go. All right, so I've got a lot of change coming. As I told you before, I have made the decision that I do not want to have a massive contract. I do not want to have tons of orders. I don't want to have to deal with the responsibility and everything that comes with it. I rather have it where I have control over everything in my company, which means I don't have to go to anybody and ask about this, and they don't have to come to me and ask about that. So that I don't need at all, period. So what we have coming in 2024 is going to be some very interesting products. And also, too, another change is coming up. I decided to move. So the reason why I made that decision was because I need something different. In here, in this place, as I told you before, I'm not happy at the place that I'm at because I came from a house, and when I was in a house, I had to walk out and I had a front area and had a back area. I'm so used to having that, just walking out and not seeing other people in the hallway. I just can't seem to process that. So I decided to leave. I'm moving. All my stuff is packed up, ready to go. Not today. I got some business I gotta take care of first. Hey, Taco, what is up with you? And yeah, I use trash bags to bag all my stuff up because to the naysayers, trash bags are cheap, easy to carry. I can drag them across the marble floor, load them into a truck, and done. They last me a year. You guys don't think on a smart level. But anyway, yeah. So it's time for my change. I just can't. Here, and I've already talked to the people here, and they've already agreed. Here, it's like I'm boxed in. I literally feel like I'm inside of a giant hamster cage. That's how I feel. I don't know how it is for other people who have apartments. I'm not judging you in any way whatsoever. It's just me at the end of the day. So where I'm going is, and I'm not going to show where I'm going at because I have a very interesting stalker who's, keep in mind, to the stalker, I checked with the police district. They'll be filing those charges really soon. That's going to be transferred over to California, and officers soon, or detective unit will be in short contact shortly. So we'll get that wrapped up and get that out of the way from the stalker. But anyway, I'm going to be moving on. I got things I want to do. And where I'm going at, I got the best of both worlds. I do need a workspace desperately. And here is not a workspace. This is an apartment. So no, just for me to be in here, just even processing orders sometimes, nah, it doesn't feel right. I need an open area. I need an area I can use paint cannons, and I have access to a park area where I can move around and I can basically show giant screens. I miss doing giant screens outside. I miss it so much. I love that so much, but I'll be able to get that back now. And I can use power tools without disrupting other people at the end of the day, and that's the freedom I got where I'm going at. I actually purchased a workplace for me to work at. So, will I be showing off the place? No. No. I got too many weirdos. Won't be doing that. Will I be showing off where I live at? Nah. Too many weirdos. Will I be showing off my showroom? Oh yeah, I have to show that off because that's basically where we're going to be showing off our screens at, a showroom. So, I wanted something not massive, something where basically the cost of it's not going to kill me in the process, because I learned that lesson as I started renting houses. Each time I rented a house, I went bigger and bigger on the house. The last house I had was up in Havre, PA, and that house was like something like 1,700 square feet. It was huge, massive backyard, front yard, driveway. Literally, it was a garden in there somewhere, but I didn't show it off on camera. And the side of the house was another yard. Literally on the side of this house was big. Full-size attic, full-size basement. Didn't really use this place all that much, period. Even had a driveway that can fit 6 cars in. It was just too big and too expensive. And I was paying a lot of money just to uphold this house altogether, which just cost me so much money. Started watching more of these videos of people doing homestead, more demonstrations on people doing smaller homes and stuff like that. And that's where I was like, you know what, that's where I need to go to. Definitely. But, you know what I mean, that's I'm not going to add too much in that because that's my personal life altogether. Other than that, I found something that I want. My Lord blessed me with what we needed. You know, when you're sitting there and you could be frustrated on your where you're living at, and this is a big place, it's really nice and all, but it's just not for me. And you could be frustrated about it, and God hears you. He knows that you're not happy, and He'll change it for you. And the place we found, absolutely amazing. I'm so happy. I was there the last 2 days. I'll be going back there today because I got some stuff I want to install in there for my equipment. But yeah, absolutely amazing. Can't believe we got blessed that way. Can't believe we got blessed that way, but we did. God took care of us. That's my toothpaste right there. So I'm so happy. And in 2024, we had the new technology coming out. No, people might think, well, this will be the naysayers who always run their mouths about things they don't know about. They'll say that, well, he had a dispute. They don't want to do business with him. No, I made a decision myself. Now, I'll tell you something. I get a lot of people, not a lot of people, but I get these haters at the end of the day that are so worried about what Mr. Bird does. It's sad. You don't really pay attention to your own lives. Gentlemen, you don't even have a product that's worthy of selling. There's no testing, nothing at all. 2024, I'm going to have all my patents completed on all my products, trademarks, the whole 9 yards. Everything will be official, locked down. I even talking to somebody about getting a certification for one of my screens. Ooh, I forgot about that guy. But now if I do business with him, I have to do quantum levels, and I really don't want to do quantum levels of orders. I just really don't. But maybe he could pitch the idea for the rare screens. I got to contact him. I got a distributor, a big time distributor, but I don't want to sell that many. And he can help me push those screens, the limited edition models. Because all I got to do is make 20 of these a day. 20, sorry, not a day. 20 of these a month will be available. He's a big company. He's a big company. I got to contact him. Matter of fact, I got to track down the information. Where the heck did I put that from? Now I got to look through all these boxes to figure out exactly where I put it at. But it's a big distributor. I'm not going to say who. It's a big company. But when I was going to do the paints, it would have been different if I did the paints, because with the paints, I would have to do quantum levels of it. And with the screen, that's a limited edition, I can only do 20 of these a month, and he could push that. You know how rare these screens are going to be? There'll be 20 available in the entire world per month. That's how rare these things are going to be. It's going to be insane how beautiful these screens are going to be. But if you get one, man, you're lucky. If you don't, you can just wait next month. You'll get one. There'll be no waiting list. We're not putting in a waiting list at all, period, because we don't want people being stacked up on a waiting list. We don't want that. Or people thinking that I'm never going to be to get on. It's first come, first serve. If you happen to get them, you get one. And if you don't, you just have to wait until next month. That's how we're going to make them. I'm so happy. Everything is working out. And the beautiful thing about it is, this place that I have, I can walk out my door. It has a I can't tell you about that part, but it has this huge, massive, this is a wooded area next to it. I don't feel claustrophobic. I know this place is big, but I don't feel claustrophobic. You know, I want to be able to go out and see scenery and trees and a river and lakes, and I want to see all that stuff when I walk out my door. I don't want to see buildings and walls and more walls and whatever. Yeah. And in this place, I have the freedom to do what I want to do because it's a workplace. I can live there too if I want to. But also, like I said, it's a workplace, and that's what I needed. Because every place that I moved into, because I was in a relationship, I had to get a house. But anyway, every place I worked and lived in, basically had to be a living quarters. And even though I had permission by owners to work in there, I really couldn't work in there the way I wanted to work in there because, again, it was a place designed for kind of a living quarters. Where I'm going to now, basically it's both. It's both. And yes, I can work with all kinds of equipment in there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to Home Depot right now to go pick up some tools because, man, I had to give away all my tools because I figured I was going to be stuck in an apartment. And there's no one around me. There's no one freaking around me. You hear me? No one around me at all, period. That also, too, gives me the opportunity to bring in my special toys. You know, I'm a gun collector, so I have quite a few toys. I can only have so many of them here, but over there, oh my goodness. Yes, I'm getting my MK12s because I have customized MK12s with suppressors. I have C-Mags attached to them. I got an AA12. Do you know that? Oh, and I got an SKS with a snail drum attached to it. My goodness. I know I shouldn't be talking about this stuff. I'm just talking about some of my toys. I got full body armor, whole nine Kevlar vests, Kevlar helmets, everything. My family's military, so I get a lot of toys, interesting toys that pretty much most people can't get on the market. But like, oh, got a Vector coming in. Not here. Oh, we haven't shipped over to someone else, but I got a Vector coming in. Oh yeah. Yes, 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 yes. And I'm trained to use all of them. Oh my goodness, man. Yes, because they got a shooting range out there. And guess where I'm going at? Shooting range. That's where I'm going to be at, right out there. They got an open shooting range. I even have shell catchers, if you know what those are, on a couple of my shotguns. I prefer shotguns. I like those better. The MK12s are beautiful. I got a couple of AR-15s too. Well, that's basically just for going into the shooting range. But anyway, enough about that. Let's go on to the other things too. I will be picking me up a dog because Taco, I'm gonna get it as a puppy so they can get along. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna bother with it too much because it's a dog. But the dog's probably gonna bother with it because it doesn't know what Taco is. But yeah, they'll figure out they get along. I've had cats and dogs together, so they work out perfectly fine. And later on, they'll be sleeping together, and it'll be one of those little Love Disney stories. But I'm picking up Bully Son, which is actually a pit bull, 180-pound pit bull. These things are huge. I've had them before. I want one again. I'm gonna get two of them. I'll probably get another Persian too for Taco, for him to play around with. Man, this is freedom, people. This is the freedom I'm talking about at the end of the day. I don't have to pay rent anymore. I'm buying this place. I don't have to have people around me. I have the peace of mind of being by myself. I have now where my company, I am going to be controlling 100% of it. I do not want a contract. I don't even want to leave my spot. More my spot, I'm not saying too much about it, but I had to make sure whatever was at, I could commute easily back and forth out of the city, back and forth, because again, like I said, I still do business. I have to drop off packages and all that stuff and everything I have to do, and I still have some business ties in the city. But I do want to be away from it at the same time. And with the contract, they're not going to settle with 17 or 20 screens a month. They want to do tons of it. They want to do 100,000 screens a month. I'm not doing 100,000 screens a month. 100,000 screens a month means I'd have to have a massive size warehouse. I would have to have employees to run all this. The overhead would be insane. I mean, of course, yeah, I'll make a ton of freaking money, but then again, I lose my freaking soul in the whole process, and I don't want it. Doing 20 screens a month, that's fantastic. $17 a pop for each screen. I'm good on that. $34,000 a month. Yeah, I'm good with that. And with the distributor, he's going to make a killing because at the end of the day, even if I decide to raise the number to maybe 40, say we do 40 a month, that's easy. I'm not painting them at the end of the day. I got a professional painter coming, a certified professional painter coming in with, they're not using Wagner's, by the way, they're using all professional equipment to coat these screens. So we got a special section in there for that for them. Yeah. Or I can get another building because they're cheap. I get another building for a good price, and then basically have a section for them because I do want to keep the painters separate from where I'm at. So I'll probably do it that way. So there's a whole lot of stuff that's going through my head on things I got to do and get done. So I'm probably going to have another building for the painters. But anyway, so with that being said, you know what I mean, to be able to take a screen that's, and I'm keeping them at 100 inches, people. If we can get 120 inch, if I can track one down, we'll do 120 inch, but I got to see what we got to go through to actually get 120 inch in the same surface. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a company that does it. I don't know. But until then, the 100 inch screen's still staying. But in order to ship that screen out, I mean, it's a 100 inch screen. On top of that, we can roll it up, put it into a plastic tube, which is going to have our company logo on it and a shoulder strap because it's going to be completely portable. Put something in it so you can basically attach it to your wall, and that's it. Shipping on that is completely easy. It's a lot easier than shipping a paint. Shipping a paint, especially through a contract, gets a little crazy because there's a lot of documents you need to ship a liquid across the states or even across the country. there is a lot of documents you're going to have. Now, if you're doing it individually by yourself, not much needed. If you're doing it on a company level where you're shipping over like 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, yeah, you got to have some serious paperwork. Serious paperwork. A truckload of that stuff comes in. They want to know what's on it, if it's hazardous, does it do this, to do that, does it has any cleaning instructions. They want safety material, data sheet, they want everything up to hoo-ha. They have to have it. I've been through this before because I've had a contract overseas and I know what goes in for it. And there's a lot of freaking paperwork you got to have. So it's easier to ship a screen, much easier. It doesn't require any of that stuff at all, period. So with that being said, with that contract that I've been holding on to, not contract, but agreement I've been holding on to this distributorship, I'm going to call them back and let them know that we're doing screens. We'll do the screens through the contract because then he could push it. This guy has connections with AVS Forms, which I'm not a big fan of. He has connections with Projector Central. He basically distributes for Screen Innovation, Elite Screens, all those big companies. He's connected to those companies. That's how I found out about him. I thought he was I thought we could go through him to get a black diamond sample sheet and find out he was a distributor for these companies. And I can also get a distributorship through him. So with that being said, that's what I was supposed to do with the screen paint. But it does require a ton of freaking work to do that. You need a lot of paperwork to make sure that stuff is legit. And test demonstrations and all that don't mean nothing. They want to see paperwork at the end of the day. And yes, they do want to see testing. They want to make sure it does exactly what it's designed to do, or you're not just gonna, it's not going to work. But with the TV screens, whew, yeah, he would definitely push those. And definitely push the fact of saying that these are limited edition units, which means that at the end of the day, I will always have someone to buy a screen because there'll always be somebody waiting to get one. And if a person decides to give up their place in line, then somebody else will always take it because the screens are very hard to get. And this will always keep that original, $34,000 a month on my table. There will always be a constant demand for it. That makes the screen extremely valuable. And I will make sure that the screen stays out of certain stores. I do not want them in. I definitely don't want them in Walmart. I don't want to see this thing in Best Buy. You can only go through this distributor or go through us to get it. That's how I'm going to design it. Matter of fact, he's going to have to sign a contract. I have to bring a lawyer in for that too also, to make sure that screen doesn't go anyplace else. It can only be purchased through his distributorship and through us. That's it. All right, so you guys can see I got a lot to work on. And on top of that, coming up in before January, somewhere around in end of September, this is where I'm bringing on my other attorneys to lock it down, because it's going to take us a couple of months before all the paperwork comes back. So first thing it's going through are the patents. Patents is to go through, copyrights, I'm going to do my trademark secret. And that's pretty much, I think, what I need for now. Get that locked in and get that done. And then after that, we should be ready to go in 2024. The paperwork should be just landing in for us to be ready to take it to the next stage. I like the fact we're not going to require a safety material data sheet for a screen. That's my people today. Oh, happy Labor Day, people. But for me, I'm going to be working. That's why people probably asking me if I'm going to a barbecue. Nope, I got some work to do. I got to go to the new place and I got to start setting up my equipment. I am going to be picking up a P2, by the way. You're going to find that quite interesting. And as for the new technology, I got a lot to do. As for the new technology, as in testing it, we did that. I already showed you what it looks like against a gray screen, how it compares to certified. The screen, I don't even know why we've been doing from black screens. There's no point. The screen is 100% black. All our technology is 100% black. Well, not all of it. Our gunmetal's not. But 100% black. So with that being said, what is the point of testing a gray screen or even a white screen or even a certified screen against black technology when it can't register 100% black? That's completely pointless. I think that's the point I was trying to make when I was showing off the technology. We're just going to do TVs. I got to pick up an OLED too. I got to buy me an OLED TV. That's not going to be a cheap purchase. Gee whiz Louise. These things are so freaking expensive. Whoop-de-doop. But it got to be done. I need to have all this finished and all this done. I'm probably going to have to fly down there to where he's at and do a live setup over there because they do want to see it in person, or just send them down a screen. I think I'm just going to send them a screen instead of flying down there, because that'd be much easier. Just ship a screen down to him, and that way he can do the unpacking and everything on it. All right, people. Well, I'm happy. God is good. New technology coming out in 2024. Let me see. Yeah, moving, going to a better place, something more outdoorsy, and yeah, God is good. God is absolutely amazing. All right, well, with that being said, I am going to basically get ready because I got some stuff I got to do. I got to be out the door, and I hope you enjoyed the demo. Well, I don't know, updates, whatever you want to call it. The Black Series Edition screen paint's not going anywhere. The 24, we're not getting rid of that. That product is extremely good. We put it on a lot of on-site demonstrations, so it's not going anywhere. But it is getting an upgrade coming up in 2024. We are going to bring out the Imperial gunmetal. I am definitely going to keep the gunmetal technology. Why not? It'd be stupid not to. It's been making money. It's literally, we've been having sales on the Crystal Ridge page like crazy, so I'd be stupid to get rid of that. We'll just keep the gunmetal. And we'll have that for right now. And then what we're going to do is when we get ready for the new year, we'll bring out the Imperial. And that will be the new technology for the gunmetal. Now, is the price going to change? Nah, it'll be the same price. You get an upgrade for free. Same thing with the Black Series technology. We're not going to charge you or upgrade it because it's going to be a better technology. It's going to be the same price, just going to get a free upgrade. All right, got to go, people. And thank you all, and God bless.